We can see comments.
We are live. It's going to be on my profile, not my group
Okay.
profile. And then if you could share it to your profile and your group. Hello, everybody. I think we're live. I hope.
Are we live? Oh, yes, you are. Okay, there we are. Perfect.
Amazing. Okay, we are here. So,
Yes.
hello, everyone. This is a surprise. It's the only way we roll. So, please welcome Holly, even though sorry about that because I know you're teching at the same time, but please welcome
Okay, you're great.
Holly.
Okay, sharing it to the group. Perfect. Hello, I'm just so excited to be with you guys and share the juicy things that we're going to be talking about today. So if you are here, tell us that you're here. And as Emily said, we realized we didn't give you guys much warning, but when the energy's here, you want to share it. And we definitely want to share this frequency and energy and all the goodies with you guys.
Amen. So as you tech, as I tag people, yeah. So we gave zero notice, but to quote a dear friend named Ashley Rose, who I'm going to tag just because I love her. What did she
Oh,
write? She wrote something like, "Sometimes intuition is more important than quote strategy,"
oh my
and this
gosh,
is
so true. So true. So true. Because I feel like honestly, that's my beginning relationship with you is intuition said she's your next step. And I was like, well, I don't even know this lady and I'm about to hit checkout. And then I just, kept investing and investing. And wow, like had I not followed that intuition,
Oh
had
my
I waited to try to figure out the strategy of how this was going to work, like, and honestly, I was laughing yesterday because every single time I invest in myself, the money comes right back to me. And now it's even within days. Like it used to be like 3 weeks, 6 weeks. Now it's like within a week or a day. And I'm just like,
same,
there is something to be said about that. You're
same.
clearing the path for yourself.
Also, side note, when I follow my intuition on where to go and travel, I immediately make the money in like 3 seconds. It's crazy. Anyway, so guys, we are live this evening or day or wherever you are. And I am in Dubai, and you are, I want to say, I don't want to be wrong.
Atlanta. Yeah, I'm in
Atlanta, I was
Atlanta
going to say
today.
Florida. Sorry, my bad. So we are live from two different time zones, very different parts of the world. And yeah, we just couldn't be more excited. Really, truly, truly, because I mean, I'm so excited because I have seen Holly move and grow and morph and pardon, fucking become. I have seen you become. I've seen it from the work. I don't want to even say I do. It's like absolutely beside the point. The work that I'm blessed to facilitate. And I've seen like where you've come in your business, in your intuition, in your gifts. Like it's fucking insane. Like you are a perfect example of somebody that walks the walk, is growing from a place of authenticity and realness. I just need to brag on you for like 3 seconds, maybe 20. And like it's just incredible because friend, I see you as like a powerful person that we're on the same playing field. We're on the same, like, guys, you missed it beforehand, but we just had a beautiful conversation about maybe even traveling together. Like, we are on the same playing field with the same humongous purpose. And if you are somebody with a big purpose, please watch this live in full. Please, like, make sure you do. So yeah, I'm so excited to pop up live with you. Like there's no one else I'd rather talk about the voice with. And it's a subject that I know is super close to your heart and mine because we are truly have lived it, truly have lived the before and after experience of it. So whenever you're live, please say hi. Even if you see this later, write hashtag replay. I'm just really excited because I know there's going to be some super important things in this live for everyone to take away. So whatever you want to be like, cancel your plans. Make sure you watch. So what do you want to say?
Exactly. And I think this is the thing is like, if you're finding this, you already have a big purpose because if your soul led you to click on this or to find us in the same space, and this is where you have to know your voice. And that's where we put the message of, do you know me? Because I did not know my voice for the majority of my life, unfortunately. And this is where I love that she's running this program. One, because it is her truest version of herself and its highest and her passion and her love and her everything that she loves. Like it's the highest frequency by default because it's the most authentic to it's all of her, right? So it's like the best package, the best program. And honestly, like we're in a place where it is our voice that matters. Like we understand that, you know, they say in consumer, it's your dollar that matters. But in this world, it's your voice that matters. It's your voice that tells someone a boundary. It's your voice that can explain the love that you have for them or the need that you need and want to facilitate or support. And this is where I didn't know my voice for so long that I didn't know what I didn't know. And that's kind of the message for today is like, how do you know your own voice? How do you connect to your own voice? How do you know if that is your purest voice? And if that's
Mm,
coming from your soul and not your human condition of whatever your parents said, whatever society said, whatever your school said, whatever your trauma says. Because I can promise you the voice I have today, and this isn't about singing. Like this is totally not about singing. Yes, I think there'll be some fun singing in the program. I don't know exactly, but I think there'll be some fun
mm.
program because it's
It's not
Emily's
about
program.
singing, by the way, at all. Like someone asked me, they were like,
No.
"Do you have to be a singer? Is it because you're a singer?" And I'm like, "Actually, it's got nothing to do with that."
No. And if you think about how many times we use our voice a day, even for the generics, like going through a drive-through, do you know what you want? Or are you that indecisive? Oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Because it's not, because you're not connected to your voice. Like this is where I realized I thought that I was just that person that couldn't make decisions, or I was just that person that was too bold or too aggressive. But what I realized is those were a little bit of behavior responses to different things that had happened or different experiences I had had. And the more I started connecting to my voice, it became softer and bolder. It became
Mm,
softer and stronger. It
yeah.
became more decisive and it became more courageous. I work in the energy healing space. I work with a lot of amazing people, and my voice channels messages to them that sometimes are hard truths and sometimes are the most abundant, futuristic, expansive things. And I'm like, whoop, this is amazing. Like, I am so excited to share this message. But had I not connected to my voice, I wouldn't have had the courage to share these messages. I wouldn't have even had the courage to put the link out there for someone to to book a call with me.
It's hard to trust your voice before you're connected to it. I also remember that, like, in the beginning of my business, before my business, you know, I don't know, somehow we were talking about high school because I just ran a class for Holly's program, and someone from her program, we went to the same high school, and I was like, "What even?" And that was such a time of like, I didn't know my voice, and so I really want to talk about some of that like real tangible before and after, some of that real like what it is in life, like. And so we can just kind of riff on that if that's fine. But yeah,
Yes.
Holly's freaking amazing is really just what you need to know. She's amazing, she's powerful, she's loving, and like, I don't know, I'm sure whoever's watching this, like, it's just good energy here.
Mm,
Just good energy.
such good energy. And that's why I know, like, being able to tune into the frequency of the future and the current and knowing where we are in the collective right now with the voice, coming after this kind of silent time that we had with the pandemic, coming with this individuality that we came from when we didn't have everybody all up in our energies. And now we're coming into using our voice, knowing our voice. And this is where just even if you think, okay, well, I know my voice, we're conditioned every day to silence our voice, right? If you work in corporate America, you can't speak up because that's not your leadership role. Stay in your lane. You know, you might have, this was my story. Being a manifested generator and being connected to the divine, I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of big, bold ideas. I have a lot of things that I realize kind of take people 3 to 10 years to catch up with me. So I kind of can scare people at sometimes. And so I have a past of getting quieter and quieter and quieter because my voice disrupted. My
Mm.
voice caused confusion, but it's not because it actually called confusion. It called people up and it confused them. And this is where, when you know your voice, you don't take that personal. You're just like, okay, The invitation has been given. What you do with it is up to you, right? We all have free will. And this is where I just wonder, how free is your voice? How free is your voice to ask, I need this in this relationship. I would like more of this from this job, from your clients, even if you're in the online business space. Like I I work with so many people who tell me they can't go live. They feel concerned before they hit the go live button. Um, and yet they have a message to share. So it's like, oh no, like your message is stuck because your voice won't allow you to move forward with it. And I signed up for this voice thing and I'm very connected to my voice, but Source told me that there's more to it. And that's where I invite you to look at your voice and say, do you want to be heard more? Do you want to hear yourself more? Do you want to know
Mm.
your voice more? Because that's why I'm doing it. Like, obviously, I'm not afraid to be on public stages or public spaces, but I know there's a next level to me. And I am that person that's always evolving. And like she said, you follow your intuition. And I ignored the pages and the emails, as they were coming out because I was like, oh, I don't have the time. I'm so like committed to so many different things right now, and I can't give it all as it is. And I love Emily's program, so I was like, oh, I know I'm gonna obsess with this one, and I'm gonna drop everything else, and I can't drop these things. But it's also self-led. And that gave me the freedom to do it, before I leave for work in the morning, or to do it when I come home at night, or do it during my lunch break. And so this is where I just say, like, you've got to deposit the investments into the areas that are going to 10x you, right? Like, you've got to intentionally choose what asset you want to prioritize. And what better one than your voice? You use your voice probably more than you use any part of your body, if we're just being honest. I'm sitting here not using any part of my body. Okay, fine. Argue that I'm using core muscles and all the things, but like, the message coming out. And if we talk about sound frequency and sound healing, your words have the opportunity to create or destroy. That
Mm.
comes from your voice.
Oh
Don't you
man,
know more about that?
I loved that. I loved that. Thank you. I just wanted to listen. I just wanted to listen and take the stage, babe. Take the stage. That was beautiful. There's so many amazing things you touched on. So, by the way, if you're watching this and you don't already know, I have a program called The Voice. It is the pinnacle of everything that I stand for and everything I'm here for. And we really just want to open up this conversation because, frankly, I know we both believe in how absolutely key, pivotal, I was going to say pivotal and key at the same time. It's so big, it's two words, that it is for everybody. You do not have to be a singer, everybody. So that's what we're just, pop up live talking about from a space of passion and love for you. That's what it is. And the voice is open today and tomorrow, and it closes on the 20th, and we start the 22nd. Holy moly, I'm so ready for this. And so we really want to talk about the nitty gritty of, do you really know your voice? There was a million amazing things you said in there, but one that really, and I will pop the link if you want to look at it while being here, but also be present because so much good juice is going to come. Like I had this watermelon juice. That was good juice. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Like playing big versus playing small. Like if I had a nickel for every time that somebody talked about this with me and said, hey, Emily, I know that I'm not actually letting myself fully be in my bigness.
Mhm.
Things keep holding me back, or I keep holding myself back and kind of going in a space of playing small. And so what happens is, every once in a while someone realizes this and they go, oh my God, I might take an inch forward. I might move an inch forward, and they get curious and then they kind of let it go. Sometimes they let it go. It's like, I just see the balloons. I've had so many things about balloons lately, Holly. I don't even know why. The balloons the tide passes and the moment passes. And this is an opportunity not to let that moment pass and to think, where could I actually be in my fullest? Where could I be sharing what I have to say? What you, whoever you are watching this, I'm like, where am I pointing? Have to say, what I am here for.
Mhm.
You're here for something. There's something meaningful on your heart. There's something you're called to. Many people are not aware yet what that fully is. And if you are there, it's okay. And this will help you discover that. It will open up that pathway. There's nothing more profound than the soul's path. I just got shivers as I said that. Nothing more profound. So, where could I be playing bigger? I've met people with, I don't want to give away too much, but I won't say names. I just won't say names. People who have written incredible stories and not published them, or people who already talk on humongous stages, already have big, big careers, but somehow their message isn't fully landing. And
Mhm.
somehow they're not fully, profoundly moving the chess pieces that they're here to move. I think that's why I have, well, some meetings in Dubai. I'll put it that way. I'll put it that way. You're able to make such a profound difference,
Mhm.
no matter what your economic circumstance, no matter where you come from, no matter who your parents were. You are able to make a profound difference in this world. I know, I believe that with my whole heart. I absolutely know that you're on the same page, Holly. Like, you are. And so how do we do that? It's not through thinking harder. It's not through pushing harder. It's not through, okay, if I just get this all perfect and just if I get it all lined up, all perfect, all perfect, all perfect, if I just wait until it's just perfect, it's going to be just right and I'm going to be safe. No,
Mhm.
it's about your voice,
Mhm.
about what this has to say. We can't be silent anymore.
Mhm.
Can't be. You know why we can't be? Because we've got a whole world to turn over. We are in a point of incredible, incredible, incredible change. Whether or not you see it yet, I would be shocked if everyone that watches this doesn't feel that.
Mhm.
Your voice is part of that. So, how well do you really know your voice? How well will you let yourself know your voice?
Mhm.
We can only, know what we know and not know what we don't know. But what I know is that we need you. We need you to be heard. And, there's many different parts to this program. There's 6 classes, which are all jam packed in my usual, like, overdo it style. Like, that's just me. I'm so into this. I haven't even been looking at comments. Oh my God.
I love it. Let me go look.
I've been like so into it. I'm like, forgot to even look. I just realized there might be. Okay, Lacey says hi.
Hi, Lacey.
Hi, Lacey. OMG, we have 7 people watching. I literally have been so into it. I've not been paying any attention. Guys, let us know what this already makes you think of when you feel this, live, because you will.
Mhm.
When you
Mhm.
feel this, when you feel thinking about your voice, what comes up? What comes up? You have a message to share. I feel like Holly has the message to share. I felt like there was something.
I love it. I just want to clarify that we said this was not a singing program. And I want to also put into this space that your voice can show up through artwork. Your voice can show up, like she said, publish pages. Your work can show up as a support staff to a public speaker or leader. But your voice is your message, regardless of the modality or the conduit that that message comes through. And your voice it doesn't only externally speak to you, but it also internally speaks to you. And this is where you connecting to your voice is going to by default raise your vibration and your frequency and your energetic matches to those things that you're calling in that you desire because you're coming into more authenticity. You're coming in to know more of your authentic self. You're finding pieces and parts of you that may fit and may not fit. And so for me, one of the exciting things about this program that I'm looking forward to is I know that I have very big things to say. And I know that I've said a lot of very big things, but there's even bigger things to come. And so this is where I am giving the time. You know, we go to school to study a language or we go to school to study a business skill. And so this is where I am coming to the voice school to learn more about my voice and amplify it and accelerate it and create more safety around all the messages that want to come through me. And you'll hear me say this a lot if you hang out with us is there's something that only you can do. I can't do what Emily does and Emily can't do what I do. Yes, there's some things that are similar, but our messages are very unique in their details. And so
Mm,
this is where your message is very unique in your details. So I don't want you to say, well, I mean, there's other people that are kind of saying this. Well, kind
mm.
of is not the actual same message. So you leave out a little bit of what the desire is calling in from the collective. And I just don't want you to live in the space of, I mean, it's really not a big deal, Holly, because it is a big deal. Like, I'm here to tell you, like, it is an absolute big deal
You're
that you're
right.
here, that you're here watching us, that you're here in this timeline, that you're here in this earth, that you're here during this collective. And this is where I say, like, your voice matters. Even if you're not singing opera, even if you're not coaching, even if you're not singing to children, like your voice matters. It could be in the small conversations that you say with your child as you sit down to go to bed, because there are frequencies coded in each tone, each pace, each articulation, each word that you use. And for me, the more connected I get to my voice, my language changes. Our words create. Don't you want to learn how to use the creations and actually
Oh,
create intentionally? You should probably come study your voice a little more. I'm just saying.
hot dang. Perfectly
Yes.
said. Like, perfectly said. Oh my God.
Denise is saying unique voice print. I love that. And I think that as humans, you know, I always say like the 3D is showing us the things. It's giving us almost like these little hints to bring us in and say, see, we're trying to clue you into something. And I think that our creator made us so unique that every single one of our DNA strands are different. We have some commonalities. We have some different, strands that match, but then there's like our DNA print, our fingerprint, all these things that show us that we're unique. But everybody has blood, Holly. Yeah, but look how different our DNA is that backs that blood. Okay. So this is where I just challenge you. Even in the moment, if you're saying, oh, I don't know though. I mean, that's for like those people that have big messages to say. That's because you haven't connected to your voice, my love. Well, that's for, people that you want to add to that.
Yes. 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 I want to share a tiny bit about my past to where things are now. And obviously, your story will be different than mine. She has said that and she's dead on. Denise, who said voice print, I'm obsessed with that and I want to put that on a page. I love it. I love it. It's going to be
Can
your
we
path.
also just say that had Denise not used her voice, even though it was tapping to share voice print, you're now putting it on a sales page somewhere that
Yeah,
will go in it. Like, this is the tiny moment of a voice. She used her voice. She could have been like, had that thought and not shared it. And then we would not have had this inspiration, this celebration and inspiration from it.
perfectly said. It's so true. Like, we just really want you to hear that, like, every single person is important. What you said, you don't know until you get there. If, or however you said it. If you rewind in time, if I share a bit of my story, like, I always knew I was a singer. And again, it has nothing, this program has nothing to do with singing. Again, I want to be very clear about that. Okay. We're clear. Um, I knew I was a singer, so I knew on some extent that my voice was important. But the way I used to live truly was I would rather not tell you how I really felt about anything because my consistent understanding was it wasn't that important. It wasn't going to sound that smart. What if I embarrassed myself? I don't have anything big to add.
Wow.
That's truth. And obviously, voice truth, you're going to get nothing but freaking truth. So, because of that, I wouldn't even bother. I would not even bother. Not only not to say, but I actually wouldn't even necessarily fully dig into the thoughts because I would just go, it's not going to be that important. It's not going to be that important. And I was so afraid, honestly, I just thought about this. I used to be so afraid of being told I was like wrong or not intelligent. I was just so afraid of this that to really share, I wouldn't bother. And so like if I look through my whole history, you know what, the other thing too that I thought of and realized today from someone else I was sharing in the DMs, oh my God, you have to take this course. It would literally change your life. You know, again, it's important for everybody, but sometimes the people that have, you know, the voice as one of the biggest places they make a difference in the world, sometimes they're the people that need the most work with the voice. And I was definitely one of those people. And, you know, again, wouldn't share anything, would tell myself it wasn't important. And then now, if I look at my life now, it's like absolutely insanity what's happening. I am part of the creation of an event with the biggest people in the world to make some life-changing decisions about the climate. I'm suggesting my ideas, and they are heard and received and respected. Tomorrow, I have tea with royalty who runs a country. I could have never, ever had the guts. I suggested that. I would have never had the guts to suggest that or to trust that I have something that would be of value of her to her. I do not know what I'm going to say to her. I don't have it planned, but I know that there's something for me to share that will help her. I'm trusting that my voice has something to help a whole country. That's literally because I've done this work. Not because I took a class in how to run. No, I got opera degrees, y'all. Oh, I see a beautiful comment. Denise, I have to go. You are amazing. This is so neat. I was a selective mute as a child and didn't have a voice due to anxiety. It changes your world to have a voice.
Wow. 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 I had a student in
Okay.
first grade that was a selective mute. And I encouraged her to use her voice every day and every opportunity. And by the end of the year with me, she was speaking. And now she's a speaking child, right?
Mhm.
And I love that Denise brought up the anxiety where you have a voice, you want to use it, but you have to clear some of the humanness to feel safe to do that. And what creates more safety than practice, right? What creates more confidence than doing it? And my story before I had my voice, I was afraid that people would not understand me. I was afraid that I would put a target on my back because I had a history of sharing ideas that made other people feel insecure because I did have bigger ideas than leadership at times. And what's interesting is I lived in this cycle of becoming more and more and more scared to use my voice. And that's how I found Emily because my work life had gotten so brutal and so destructive that I came to Emily because I was like, okay, this is obviously my karma because this is cycling and reoccurring and help me. What is going on? And it was interesting because it cleared so much when we did karma But it was that first step. It was that first step of being seen and being supported. And I think that's the thing is like, some of us need more support than we're receiving outside of the human experience because we are more than a human experience. And this is where the voice is going to support that multidimensional self of you. Because my belief system is that we all came here with a mission and some of us have forgotten it because life has been a challenge or something has, detoured us. And if you can hear your voice talking to you and you feel safe to use your voice and you understand how powerful your voice is, I just want you to think of what doors that would open for you in opportunities, in relationships, in friendships. Okay, for instance, Emily and I freaking adore each other. We're talking about traveling with each other and changing the collective on turbo speed, y'all. Um, and my group got to experience the turbo side with both of us doing energy work. I was like trying to hold my energy back because as soon as Emily and I get together, it's like whoosh. Yes, exactly. Um, but had I not taken that intuitive leap of faith, and I have to say, like, I have to go back to what you said as far as like you thought the things you said were not important because I'm sitting here and my life would have been would like we would not be sitting here. First of all, I would not have my empowering self-love business that is changing so many women's life and so many children's life. I would not be in a new job that as soon as they hired me gave me $40,000 extra, and now they're paying me all this other stuff and the opportunities are just crazy. But had Emily said, oh, that's not important, or nobody cares about that, or that's probably too out there for everybody, like I can only imagine what my clients would say if I wasn't available to them. I can only imagine those transformations that have happened in my community not happening because my transformation did not happen in Emily's environment. Not to mention the gifts that I now am sharing with the collective that will empower the collective on a brand new level they've never even experienced. So it matters. It is important. It is valuable. And then I want you to just experience going from the job that I worked in for 10 years, continuously being silenced to completely take me out of my power, to now I'm in a job where they adore every idea that I say. They want to hear more. Every leadership in my department, sales, marketing, content, they want to hear from me. Holly, you've got the best ideas. Can we schedule some time? Can you imagine if I would have just taken my experience from the other job and said, oh, leaders don't want to hear from the non-leaders. First of all, I'm a leader. I just don't hold a leader position in this company because I choose not to. And I want you to remember that too. Like, you are a leader, regardless of your title, regardless of your position, because you are here to lead your revolution, your movement. And
Mm.
that's where, if you get connected to your voice and if you understand your voice and you feel safe to use your voice, what is open to you? What is available to you? And I just want to say, like, if you feel stuck or if you feel confused or if you feel like, gosh, I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. I'm doing all the things and it's not working like I thought it would, or the things are not at the end of the efforting. It's because you need to connect. And I think the voice offers you a beautiful experience to connect to your authenticity, to your truest version of yourself, and to the message that you have for the world, regardless of the modality that comes through.
Oh, I was getting like a little teary because I just feel you so deeply. I feel it all so deeply. It's just so real. Like I was literally getting teary. I still am. Michelle said, I don't know what that is yet.
Your voice or your message, Michelle?
Yeah, Michelle, if you could clarify, because I also had the same question, that would be amazing. I just, the suppression piece is so significant, right? It's so significant. It's so significant. And like you were saying, I see a lot of people just go, oh, both. She says both.
Mm-hmm. sometimes sometimes we put ourselves in environments that do not facilitate our growth or the safety of using our voice. And therefore, just like trauma, we disassociate, we forget, we can't remember. Our human is really amazing at protecting us and preserving us, right? It's this one mission, right? It's this one job kind of thing. And I think if you're saying, I don't know my voice and I don't know my message, I don't know if I even have one, I think then you have to do this program. Like you absolutely have to do this program because I think this is where you do. You just haven't connected to it. You just haven't had the proper space to facilitate that message or that connection to it. And I also want to say like I see so many people get in this waiting period of like you said earlier, like when I know that I'll go, like when I have my message, then I'll go out. But I'll tell you that my gifts, my messaging, my business, my goals, my mission, my purpose, they keep pivoting as I take action, as I use my voice, as I hear it back, as I feel the message come through me. Even to last week. Wait, what day are we on? Sunday? Even this week. I got clarity on a mission and a message that I have for the collective that I felt, but I didn't have the clarity around it. And then I got the clarity I needed on Friday. And I was like, oh, but that's because I kept taking action. I kept putting myself in facilitating appropriate environments. I kept putting my safety, my spot, my human in these safeties where other people are doing this because you've got to create this environment of this pushing because it is an unveiling, it is a rebirth because there's so many parts of us that we have disassociated with and disconnected because as human life it is very busy. And if you guys know me as a Manny Jen, I'm very busy, and Emily is traveling all over the world and speaking on all these stages and with all these royalties, like she is very busy. And this is where I just challenge you. Your priority should always be yourself because yourself, being in your truest, authentic self, is going to be the vessel that gives so much. And when Emily said she was teary, I feel like I almost had a panic when you were sharing, like, I thought these things. And I was like, I can't even imagine if you didn't use your voice. Like, it was almost like this, oh my gosh, like you would have taken so much away from so many. And this is where I always just laugh and say, don't be selfish. Don't let your fear create selfishness where your fear overrides the masterpieces that you're going to be in people's lives.
Oh, absolutely tremendous. I mean, my God, if I had never started Moon Rising, if I, and you know, regardless, irregardless, whatever the word is, of Moon Rising, like if, no, you're absolutely right. If I hadn't done this work to be able to facilitate this work, to be able to do the things I'm doing on stage right now.
And this is the ripple effect that I don't think people connect to when they don't know their voice. Just like you said, it's so insignificant. I don't have anything to add. Yes, she does. And she has. And oh my gosh, right? And that's what we will be saying about you at the end of this program is whoa, 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 whoa. And it's so crazy that we did this pop-up live today because I literally woke up this morning with such a heart of gratitude, reflecting. And it was so funny because I remember sitting on my bed taking Zoom calls on our clear programs, diving into wounds and traumas and clearing past experiences. And I was just sitting there and I was like, wow, how far now I'm laying in this bed, clearing energy for clients, supporting them on such a higher level. And I had no idea this was inside of me when I started working with you until now. And because the voice that kept talking to me, and I want you to think about the voices that you're hearing and listening to, because the voice is so much more than just this right here. Like it's not an Ariel situation with the mermaid, okay, people? Like it's so much more than that. So when I think about the voices that were coming in, and you guys that know me and Emily, you're going to die when I say this, is like they told me I was not spiritual. They told me I would never be spiritual, that I was just the doer. I was told things like I was the person creating the dis-ease in other people's lives. Yeah, because they were out of alignment and they weren't in truth. So like when you think about the voices coming in and the voices that you've heard and the things that you've heard, if they were not for your highest good, and I promise you, if they made you feel small or doubt yourself, they were not for your highest good. Because even when someone gives me hard truths, I still feel expansive because I have new clarity that I didn't have before. And so if there are voices shrinking you or telling you lies that make it feel uncomfortable in your body, or like your shoulders want to sloop over, your eyes want to drop, that's not truth. Because when you hear truth, you rise, you expand, your shoulders go back, your eyes are looking up because you want to hear more. So pay attention to your energy as the voices are coming in. And if you've had those voices, and I would be confident that all of us have had those voices because people have had their own experiences and their own fears that they've projected on us, come into the voice and get those dumb voices going out,
My
away from
past my past teachers in college. Oh my God. There was so much like brilliant like juice you just said. I don't even know where to riff because I was just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was just so good. Well, okay, one thing is, like you were saying, am I in a space of growth and expansion,
Mhm,
or am I in a space of contraction?
mhm,
The very worst thing you can do is to stay in the same spaces, is to stay in the same circles, is to do the same cycles, is to make no changes besides time.
mhm,
That's the very worst thing you can do. The very best thing you can do is go, okay, I know my circle is here. I'm gonna see what's over here. Ooh, and then my circle gets bigger. I'm gonna see what's over here. My circle gets bigger. Ooh, I'm gonna take this thing and expand in this way. Oh, I feel called to go to this city. I'm gonna expand in this way. And I'm gonna, take the voice and expand in this way.
mhm,
If you open, if you open yourself to true growth, to true soul growth, you'll be unstoppable. You'll be absolutely unstoppable. You do not know, we cannot know how powerful your message will be, how big your message will be from here. It's in you. It's in you. What if the most amazing things that you are here to create in this world, or the most amazing conversations, the ones that like you go back to in memories over and over, the ones that make you cry, the ones that really touch your heart, what if the most amazing connections have yet to be had? What if they are coming as you open and expand yourself and expand your voice so that they can hear you on the same frequency level?
mhm.
I have honestly had the most amazing conversations of my life lately. Like, I don't know where they're coming from, but I'm not looking. They're finding me. They find you. They find you. But this whole conversation, let me go back to the title, is how well do you really know me? Love always your voice.
Mhm.
And the answer is certainly not as good as you could. And the answer is let's just change that because you fucking deserve to.
Mhm.
You deserve to. You absolutely deserve to. I'm like thinking of, I'm like, should I share that? Well, I will share that. If it's coming up as a should, it's a yes.
Use your voice, Emily. Tell us.
Damn. I love you. I live a very glamorous, amazing life right now. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I grew up in a really unsafe environment, really unsafe environment around a very abusive man. You could call him a father, but he wasn't. And it was always do not say too much, do not do too much, or you will get hurt. So my conditioning was I got nothing to say. I will not be met with love. I will not be met with respect. I will not be, there was no expansion because anytime I tried to do something, I would be snapped back. And it was the single biggest thing that I had to move through and heal from and shift through to be able to do what I'm doing now. Like, how many times have I visited my younger self to be like, holy shit, girl, you're gonna freaking do it. You're gonna move through this energy and you're gonna nail it and you're gonna change the world and you're gonna be so freaking proud of yourself.
Yes.
But it was this, toxic cycle that I was in that most of the world just stays in.
Yes.
Most of the world stays in toxic situations. I've unfortunately witnessed a friend of mine, actually multiple friends of mine. Most of the world stays in situations that actually are kind of binding them and holding them back and suppressing them and going, well, I can't do anything about it. I can't change it. It just is. Or they don't see how they're actually like basically putting tape over their mouths and letting themselves be stuck. You are never stuck. You are never stuck. You are never, ever, ever unable. It's like probably the thing I'm the most passionate about. Unable to move into a space that is higher and better for you and healthier. You can absolutely do it, but it requires bravery. And if you've ever had any kind of relationship with a narcissist, a toxic environment, something where you've always had to be very, what I'm seeing is like on the defense, something where you felt you had to shut down. If that's ever been a part of your story, then you also need to take the voice yesterday, because it will free you from that energy. And because this is energy work. When you've been around those energies, they kind of compile and they compile and they compile and they restrict this. So the self goes, I can't. And the self gets so disconnected. But this is about being connected to your power, your beautiful, incredible, heart-led power. Nobody can take that from you. But it is for you to remember it, find it again, to awaken it. Yeah? So that is a message I want to get back out there because of what I've witnessed, some things close to me and like, oh, I know you got to go soon. I just realized. I was like, oh, Holly got to go soon. Anyway, I don't even know how long we've been on. It's such a good conversation. But anyway, if any of the things we have said has
I
touched
want to
you.
add before we close, though.
Oh yeah, no, we're not closing yet. Whenever.
Okay. Good.
But just so far, if something has touched you, let this be a wake up call to not just go, oh my God, that was a really interesting live, I'm going to forget about it. And to go, guys, we are here because there's something that can sincerely change your life. Just fucking do it. I don't think I've ever said that on live. Just fucking do it. Do not doubt yourself. The money will come back. Just do it. It will help you in ways you can't possibly imagine. And like, I stand by that. Okay, over to you.
When you were discussing that, I heard, so often we wait to be chosen. We want to be chosen. And your voice is asking, will you choose me? Will you choose me? Will you choose to spend time with me? Will you choose to nurture me? Will you choose to add value and invest in me? Your voice is asking you that. And going back to what you said about energy work is, if you have people in your circle, this can be family, friends, this can be, your neighborhood, whatever, your community, your country, saying things that contradict your goals of where you're going. Money's hard. Money doesn't come to people like us. Money, that is a voice situation. That is an energy situation. If you have people around you saying men suck or partners this or marriage that, that is a voice situation. You need to change that voice. You need to change that message. So I just want to reiterate that this is you evaluating what is conflicting in the voices between yours and the surrounding voices around you, because those are, like you said, Emily, suppressing your energy, dimming your light, creating almost like a program defrag conflict virus situation in your progress. And so if you're someone, I loved when you said you're never stuck, because you're just making a choice to stay there. Because trust me, this voice program is going to blow your mind. Every program that I've been in, Emily's, has blown my mind. And I definitely attribute where I am today is because I invest, I invest, I invest. I continually invest in myself constantly, constantly. And that's why we excel so quickly. Like you were saying, like the pace of where I started to where I am would have taken people 5 or 7 years. Okay, people, like, and I did this with immense trauma and chaos and instability in my life in 3 years. Like I didn't have like, okay, Holly's made the perfect little life for herself, so now it's go time. No, it was like crazy obstacle courses for me, and I just kept going above and above and above, because you have a choice in every situation. And this is where your voice is asking you, can we spend some time together? Can we get to know each other? Can we identify the voices externally versus the internal voices, and those that add value to expand and those that decrease value to contract?
Yes. Oh, I just heard, can you value me more?
Mm,
Can you value me more? What
wow.
happens if you value me more? I just got shivers.
I did
What
too.
happens if you value me? What happens if you value who I am when I look in the mirror? What happens if you value me? Please
Powerful.
just value yourself. Value this. It's the most important instrument God gave you. I keep wanting to cry on this live. It's so fucking important. And you nailed it in the very beginning. Like, this is what I stand for.
Mm-hmm. And I want to add this too, when I choose a program or when I choose an investment, I want to know that I'm working with the absolute best expert in that part, right? In that concept or, idea or whatever. And I just want to celebrate that there's no better person, no better place to trust and give safety and create a voice program than Emily. Like if you think about where she started, and I've been on her journey. We've been together for 3+ years. I don't even know how long it's been, but I
Long
have
time.
been on the journey with her, watching, being in her courses, seeing the evolution, seeing the desire, seeing the determination in her voice, seeing her take stages that she was like, oh, I've only dreamed of this, and here I go, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And just seeing it again. I think your speed of progression since we've known each other has just been like turbo speed too. Like, and this I say because Emily would tell us, I'm using my voice more. I said this uncomfortable thing. I had this uncomfortable conversation with my family. I set a boundary with this. I told this person no. I told myself this because this is what aligns with me. So when I tell you the voice and the person leading this voice is the most expertise course for this element of your life, you can't find this work any higher quality or vibration, because like I said before, this is her absolute most authentic, every single part of her. So you're not getting like, oh yeah, she can do this thing, so this is like a part of her, and oh yeah, she's got this program because this is a magical part of her too. Like this is her magic all bundled into one. So don't wait, don't delay. I signed up, y'all. I'll be in the voice with you. I will be on this journey with you. And I know that it is self-led. And we have the one live course together, the one live opening together. But I promise you, what I've noticed and why I'm so dedicated and why I run group programs myself is because we are all collectively connected when we sign up for a group course. So my healing is your healing and your healing is my healing. So who wouldn't want to 10x their healing? Who wouldn't want to amplify that healing? And I don't know about you, but I am very, very connected to efficiency and timeliness, because I'm not going to slow my life down, people. So I just want to say you're in safe hands and you're going to have the most magical experience in this program because magical people are coming and it was created by one of the most magical people I know. I love you. Michelle says I'm crying.
I saw her comment, then I started crying again.
I'm just
Yeah, there's,
jealous of people that can pretty cry because I like ugly cry. I'm like, "Ah," like my
I don't
face is.
know why it's, like all my makeup's still somehow still here. Yeah, first of all, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for
Second,
using your voice to create something so powerful for us to use our voice, honestly.
it needs to exist. It ain't about me. It needs to exist. It needs to exist. It needs to exist. Doesn't matter how many humongous stages I'm on, and I will be on some humongous stages coming up. Holy moly. This has to exist. This has to exist now.
Mhm.
And for the right people, and by that I mean you. If you're on this live, you are that right person. Just do it. Just do it. You will have support. You will have connection. You will have a group. Holly will be in that group. You'll have access to a moderator. You'll have the first class live. These 6 classes will change the game for you. I love this program so much because I love you as a person, humanity, and I believe in you. So just go for it. Just trust yourself and go for it. The link is abundantly in this thread. I'll drop it again. And before we depart, Holly is freaking amazing. If you can't tell, of course you can. Holy wow. And I know Holly has something coming up, so please also talk about that and please also drop that link.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I just want to add one more thing about the voice before we go to the next thing is I am also purchasing because this is an asset in my toolbox. These are self-led, which means I can go back and I can watch them. So if I have something big coming up, I can go to the module that turbocharges, amplifies my voice for this moment coming up. So I just want to remind you guys that it's not a one and done. This is an asset in your toolbox to use whenever you need it to take yourself to the next level. And so, yes, I can be found in the online spaces. I am, I'll drop the links in this chat. Let's see if they will copy paste
I'm gonna
here.
also look for
And I have something super exciting coming up too. It is the Dating Perfectly workshop. It is a free workshop. I will put that link in here for you guys as well. It's not let me copy paste, so I'll come back and post that. But this is to get to the idea of what dating perfectly means. And if you can kind of pick up, I'm a little sarcastic when I use that perfectly because there's another version and another method of dating that you have not experienced until you have some chats with me. Because we talk about dating energetically, we talk about what your love looks like and what love feels like. And just like you're getting to know your voice through Emily's program, you're going to understand what conditions love have been curated for you and what patterns of love have been curated for you so we can really connect you back to the highest level of love that is safe and true and just the most magical thing. So I will come back for that. I believe that workshop is on February 29th. So
it.
it'll work well with the 22 kickoff of the voice, and
That's
then you can come to the 29th workshop. So I will be sure to come back to
timing.
those links for you guys.
That's really perfect timing because we'll start this, we'll kick this off, you'll integrate that. Beautiful.
Yes. And love
Oh,
and voice, I mean,
and
come on, that just feels juicy all by itself.
everyone, please do follow Holly. Please do join her group. All the things because hot damn, hot damn, hot damn. What a partner in crime. And by that I mean partner in love. I just want to close this with the intention in saying you are loved, you are loved, you are loved. This is one of the most heartfelt lives I have been a part of. It's amazing how different lives feel now than they used to, which also tells me about my own growth, and your growth is completely different when we've done
Completely.
lives before.
Yeah.
It's just like God led. So if you've watched this, thank you. If you've been touched by this, you know what to do. I love you all. Thank you, Holly. And
Thank
I
you.
wish you the most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day and hope to work with you in just 4 days.
Mhm. I'll be waiting for you.
If I can figure out how to do this.